Hello, it is monthly maintenance time again, and I thought I would do another video on just my monthly maintenance routine and see if maybe I can answer any other questions. I also recently had some focusing issues, so that is, I'm gonna try to hit on that today a little bit. I'm not a professional by any means. There's just not any videos that match with the 5th gen the 5th gen product. So I am very busy and I did not clean it last week. So this is going to be yucky. So sorry. I'm just removing the lens housing. You're going to pull that off so we can clean it because it is gross. And our lens is down there. See how yucky that is? So, we're going to use this. Do not scratch your lens with it. I just place it in the grooves and then I spin the lens housing so I don't slip with this hand. That just makes it much easier for me. All right. There's the lens. We're going to set that on a cotton ball right now. We're going to get some alcohol. I always have my wood covering my knife blade table because this is the polish that came with my lens kit. Any optical lens polish will work. This I do not recommend getting from Boss. As you can see, it doesn't like to come out of the container and it cost me way too much. That's on a previous video. I'm just using a needle to open it back up. Let's see if I can. That works. There. Much better. I'll let that sit there for a minute. So the combination of the two just really make quick work of that grime. Missed this side. A little more. You gotta get all this goop off, or you could have lens or beam interference where your laser beam hits the gunk on the lens and gets deflected. Okay, let me all that grossness in there. Yuck. Okay. So that is better. Almost. There's a bunch of yucky in there. Alright. There we go. I still feel like that's a bunch of gunk in there. Alright, now let's make sure there's no goopy in here. I don't see any yucky. So now we will take our lens, which we know is gross. Alright, I don't see any big issues. Just gotta get the blemishes off. Let me get both sides of that. Alright. I try to do this really deep, detailed clean once a month. Go through, check, make sure there's no big issues with any of the lenses or beams or anything. Make sure we're completely in focus. I'm gonna today test and make sure that my table is still level. I went through last week and leveled my table and then totally forgot that I didn't record it for you guys. So if I have to do that again, I will definitely record. All right. I need this. So if I have to level, I'll go ahead and record it. It was a long process and I was very behind on orders and I was panicking. I learned a lot. And so I'm kind of glad I didn't do a video. It probably would have been a whole lot of what not to do. But I've learned and I'm totally ready this time. So that lens is clean. This is clean. Now, getting it back together is always the hard part. Mine doesn't like to cooperate. And I hate this little screwdriver wrench thing that they make you use. I try to hold it still and just spin the housing. Okay, we're gonna hold this guy up and get him through there. Put our first ring back. Put our second ring back. Then we're gonna look at our air hose and make sure that it is okay and not gummy or gross. I just cleaned it really well. I usually screw this on first and then put the laser head on, so I don't have to pull it off. I don't like pulling it off. So, there's that. Okay, now we're gonna move on to mirrors. Let's move this here. We're gonna try not to put any pressure on anything important. We're gonna use our mirror tool, which is the larger metal tool. And we're gonna just take this mirror out right back here. Be careful not to let your hand slip. You don't want to scratch the backing off of your mirror. This is the only mirror that I pull out because I am terrified I'm gonna break one. So to pull this mirror out, how can I get y'all to see that? There we go. To pull this mirror out, put my finger in the front hole and pull it out. And it is super gross. So we're gonna clean it. I try not to use acetone with gloves on because the acetone will eat your gloves. And then you have your finger oils all over your lens and your mirrors, which is not awesome. So I'm just using my rag to clean this mirror. It has definitely got some imperfections on it that cannot be fixed. So I need new mirrors is what I need. But for right now, that'll work. We'll put this ring back on. And then we'll move on to the rails. It's important when you're doing the rails that you use white lithium grease, which I have right here. I got mine at Lowe's. You can get it lots of places. It has a high burn point. So we're gonna grease our rails on both sides. Make sure not to touch any of your sensors. We're gonna go back behind the rail. Okay, so what I do is I rub it there, get in there real good. I do not have the, what's it called? We're gonna move laser head. I don't have the little bottle that squirts into the little hole. There we go, I'm almost out. I'm gonna have to get more. Okay, so I use the grease pretty liberally. Get in there, make sure I cover everything. Okay, next, while my hands are gross, we're gonna run the laser head back and forth so it rubs that grease all over. Okay, now we're gonna move it all the way back because we also have to grease, I hope I have enough, have to grease this bar. Don't touch any of the sensors or limit switches because you don't want to mess those up. Okay. Okay, looks like we're gonna have enough. All right. This right here. Just make sure. I usually do not store stuff in the side of my laser. That stuff is just there because I'm maintaining it. I'll move it when I'm done. All right. We're gonna go forward and backwards a few times. Okay, so take off that messy glove and put the lid on the grease. There we go. Put this. I keep everything in the red toolbox that Boss sent me. So I can put my grease back in here. This is a 4-inch lens. I cannot use this lens. I can't get it to focus. And when I do use it, it doubles the beam. I don't know how to fix that. So, I have it. I can't use it. I also keep an extra 2-inch lens in my box because that's the most common size that I use. And I do not want to have an issue where I don't have a lens on hand. Okay, I don't think I need anything else out of there right now. I got my masking tape, painter's tape. So, we're gonna go here. Okay, I do not recommend doing this. The only reason I am doing it is because I accept the responsibility, and if I get burned, then it's my own fault. So I'm placing a very strong magnet right here. So it thinks my door is shut. You are not supposed to do that, but it's the only way I can do this without having to do both, like opening the door constantly and back and forth, back and forth. So we are going to focus test this. Okay, we have a pretty good solid round dot right in the middle. My laser has been a rock star focus lately, so I'm going to take a scrap wood and we're going to let it autofocus. Okay, autofocus. We're going to pulse one more time. And then we're going to measure. This is something I just learned when I had my focus issues. Oh, hold on. This is an old one. I need one that doesn't have a whole lot of holes in it. Okay, right, there's no holes right here. We're going to test right there. So we're same thickness, same thing. We're going to pulse. Okay, that is the beam. So I learned this and I figured I would share the wealth of knowledge. This beam, just the pulse, if you use autofocus, I gotta not look at the camera when I do this, is supposed to be, if it's perfectly focused, 0.5. So if I really get in there, it's at 0.64. So it is really close. That's measured in millimeters, 0.64 millimeters. So I believe it's about as good as it's gonna get. I may be able to get it a little better. Okay. No, I do have a little bit of an area where it's connecting. My laser sometimes hits the beam or hits the cone. It's going through and it has a lot of focus, like it's zipping all the way through the wood, but it has, I'll show you if I can. It's not a perfect circle. See how it has the little zig off to the side, or it's oval? That means it's hitting my cone. And when it does that, I lose power. So, what I'm gonna do is move ever so slightly the screws and see if I can't get it focused. Still, that might be. I started having tiny bit of an issue at the end of my last couple cuts. So oh, that's pretty close. I can hear it. So close. There we go. Oh, we're getting there. Flip that around. So close. Whoa. Let me see. Nope. Okay, we are super close. Right there's the last one up at the top corner. It is going all the way through, but it is just not a straight beam. Close. We're gonna get a different piece of wood. Takes a lot of just dialing in. That's where we're at. Not a full circle. It needs to be a perfect circle. The efficiency your laser gets when it is in good focus is amazing. If your laser is not in good focus, oh, that made a magical sound. We're close. If your laser does not get good focus, you waste your tube because you're running at high powers. Almost. Oh, did we do it? No. When you get it going just right, it makes a snapping sound almost. And it's always important to remember your red dot isn't, this is not, this here is not the cutting dot. That red dot under there is just for our help. It's just to help us see where the laser is going. If at any point you fire your laser, your red dot's over here and it's burning over here, it's not a dire emergency that you realign it. But if you don't, it makes focusing much harder, because how I am doing this is I am looking, and you can see under the cone, I'm looking and I'm seeing where the laser is brightest, where it's in the middle. When I fire it, I can then see, okay, we're close, but do you see this right here was it? Do you see that little zig up because it's not straight? We need to get it really close to straight. I think, let me see if I can get it. There it is. I think that might be as close as we can get it, but I think it's still hitting. My vertical alignment was off a couple weeks ago. I wonder if that's what happened again. Yeah, it's still hitting. Okay, my vertical alignment is off. So, what I'm gonna do is, before I really bust into this, we're gonna first check and make sure that the table is level. Okay, this is how you check to see if your table is level. Let's move all this stuff. Okay. After you clear the bed, pull this out for right now. Now, we're gonna just use this. We're gonna come up here and we're gonna, we're touching, but we're not pushing. Okay. I can pull it in and out easily. Okay? So we're gonna go to the back. And we're gonna, it's not even touching. See how much different that is back there? If I measure it off the top of the rulers, then it's closer, but it was on the rails on the front. So now we know the back is high on both sides. This is, again, not touching, not quite. Is it close enough for me to align the table today? I don't know. If when I cut, it doesn't cut at the front, but it cuts at the back. Yeah, see, that one isn't touching either. So, this is the highest. And it doesn't, over the rails, it won't even let the wood go underneath it. So, highest corner, lowest corner. So, I will be making an alignment video apparently, or a leveling video apparently sometime soon. I do not want to do that today because I have a bunch of orders I have to get done. So, I don't think it's big enough to cause a huge issue. If it does, when I level the table, I will for sure video for you guys. I'm just using some alcohol to clean this mirror. Okay. We do not want to fire the laser when it has wet alcohol on it. We need to find another piece of scrap wood. Today, instead of doing my video, instead of doing the video on leveling the table, I'm gonna do the video today on getting proper vertical alignment and how to get your beam to be the finest beam possible. You see all that flame? It's because it's hitting the cone. That was closer. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at the difference. That's where we started to that perfectly circle. That is the sweet spot. Beautiful. Don't move this at all. We're tightening these mirrors down. Because that is magical. Beautiful. Good, good, good. Let's see what that measures. Make sure you're in millimeters with your digital caliper. And from one side to the other. is oh hey, let's see if I can get this to show. .51. That's a perfect focus for a 2-inch lens. Right there. You want it to be 0.5. When it auto focuses and you pulse, it should automatically be 0.5. That's a perfect focus. Does my machine stay a perfect focus all the time? No, it does not. But man, it'd be nice if it did. Okay. The only thing I have to do now is I'm gonna go clean the back mirror 1. I will bring you with me and my alcohol and a cotton swab, and I come over here and hope I got the wrong size bit. This little toolkit is amazing because I hate having the Allen wrenches. I hate them. But this little kit has this tiny screwdriver. It fits in my toolbox. There we go. And it fits these. When you get the right bit, it fits in there perfect. But let's see. Nope, must not be on that one. Of course, it'd make me out to be a liar when I'm recording. There it is, it's these bits that fit. That's too big. It's too little. I think that's it right there. Okay. Put this on now. I use this. Take this off. Put that in my shot glass for safekeeping. I leave this screw real tight so it holds my door out of the way. And then here are the optics. We are going to use our alcohol and reach in and just clean the mirror. All right. She looks good. Gonna get that. Get our screw back. It never fails. Every time I do this, I drop one of the screws. If you notice, conveniently, I only put 2 screws back in because I only have 2 screws left. I mean, I have more in the box, but without trying to do too much at once. There we go. And close this and put it back in the toolbox. Now, since we were able to get leveled without any huge issues or get focus, all of our mirrors are good, my lens is clean, the machine is all greased. The last thing I have to do is clean out this terrifying under of the machine. It is the drop tray. I don't ever clean it out. I know that I should. I just forget, and to me, it's not a big deal. It's mostly just the intricate parts of like Christmas ornaments. So I've been cutting larger things this week. So like I'm gonna keep these because I could put lots of things on those. Those could be earrings or more focus pieces. Any big, flat, usable piece. These I will not save. They just don't offer me any good usable wood. But anything that is usable, I will get. Sometimes these little things, my kids like to play with those, counting or whatever. But yeah, the rest of this stuff you can't save. There's no reason to try to save it all. I like perfectly round scraps because my kids pretend like it's money. But like I said, a lot of this is just intricate details of Christmas ornaments that get put up there, cut out. So once I'm done with this, I will be good to go. There we go. Sometimes these little bitty pieces just really become a pain in the neck to try to get out of here. This drawer is so heavy. Is there anything back in there? Oh, there is stuff. Can I reach it if I use this? I can. Good. We know what this guy's going to be used for now. Man, that's convenient. We're keeping him. My hand won't fit back in the drawer. But all this stuff missed the drawer and was just laying in the hole. That's probably why we can push all the way back in. So, clean this up now. goes all the way in because it's empty now. These are our spare pieces. So I'll close that. I keep my spare pieces up here usually. Okay, put this on the toolbox. Put the rest of my cleaning equipment away. You need Q-tips, gloves, cotton swabs, your distilled water, alcohol, acetone, and any kind of optic polish that is okay for your lenses. I don't ever use this to focus. I use 1/4 inch wood to focus when I manually focus. I will do a video about that another day. If you would like to see any videos specifically of how to do things or what I do, comment with questions and let me know. Let's pull the magnet down. So if there's anything you're interested in learning or want me to answer questions, don't hesitate to ask. I don't mind that at all. How did I miss all of these? Big chunks of scrap. Oof, sorry. When it comes time for my knife blades to be washed and they're all sticky and gross, I use Awesome Cleaner from the dollar store. It's the best cleaner ever. Also, I had an issue with unleveling and I leveled my table and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. My knife blades were not level. Some of them were sticking up, some of them were pushed down. So my material was not level even though my table was level. So if you're having level issues and your frame, your Z table is level and your material is still not, double check and make sure that your knife blades are level. They're really easy to level if they are not. There's just little screws back there. You do one at a time so you don't have to completely re-level everything, and you can move it up and down. I had to take mine completely apart and bust it loose because it was so stuck in there. So I had to move all the screws out and then push on it and it came out pretty easy. But then I had to re-level from the beginning everything. That was a little bit more difficult. So that is my monthly maintenance for today. I'm going to get started running some files. I hope you guys have a great day and I will talk to you later. Bye.